Good morning, everyone. It's Thursday, and another version of Stop Smelling Someone Else's Shit. I'm out here at Shelby Farms again, getting in some cardio a couple times around the track. I want to talk about a holistic life, and I want us to focus on the five things I think constitute a holistic life. And we're going to pay attention to number four. First, we need sun, and I want y'all to, not the sun like your child, SUN. It's important that we have it. Number two, we need air. Number three, we need water. 70% of this earth is made up of water. 70% of your body is made up of water. Number four is the one we're going to focus on, and then we get to number five. Socialism. Who you spend most of your time with? Who are the people you're hanging out with? Number five is eating healthy. So people talk about wealth. Let me go back. People don't talk about that. I talk about that. Health is wealth. But if we don't get the other four things correct, that won't matter. I don't care how healthy you eat. If you're working in a stressful environment, you're around stressful people, negative people. And that's what we're going to talk about. Number four, who you spend most of your time with, who are your friends, who you're associating with. So let's say, for instance, who are your starting five? Your starting five on your team. If you want to have a successful team, ask yourself, who are the five people would you pick to be on your team so you can win championships? And I use basketball as an analogy so we can hopefully understand how important it is to pick the right people on our team so that we can have a chance of winning the championship consistently back to back. My greatest player of all time is Kobe. I love Kobe. He has his Mamba mentality. He shoots for excellence, perfection. He's willing to outwork anybody. He's kind of psychotic when it comes to winning. That's how I am. So let's go back. Let's just say, for instance, your top five people that you have on Facebook as your Facebook friends. And then secondly, the top five contacts that you have in your phone. Or let's go back to the top five people that you work with every day or you go to church with. Let's talk about the people that you have closest to you, okay? Now, are those top five people that you have closest to you, are those people really your friends? Who are your real friends? And let me define what friends are to me. A friend is somebody that you're willing to invest in and that they're willing to invest in you, okay? That's what my definition is of a friend. Somebody that's willing to invest in you and you're willing to invest in them. Now, I'm not just talking about going out to the club, to the all whites and all that stuff. That's just recreational stuff. Keep in mind, wreck. You're going to have a wreck eventually. That's not something that's putting any resources into your pocket. That's costing you money by going out, hanging out at the club, just doing that type of crap. You're becoming a patron, not somebody that's creating and making things happen. So if the top five people in your life are not willing to invest in you, you're not willing to invest in them, why are you hanging around them? The old cliche is that you hang around 5 broke people, 6 broke people, or 10 broke people, you're going to probably be broke. You'll be one of those people that are broke. Out here at Shelby Farms, almost got ran over. Excuse her. She ain't going to mess up my energy because I believe in positive energy and optimism. Keep that healthy stuff around you. So it got to be a balance of life, a holistic life, in order for you to be successful and for you to have this mental happiness that I talk about in order for you to be yourself. It is critical. It is critical. I can't stress to you enough that you have good people around you, people that are willing to invest in what you're trying to do. I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur. I knew that was going to be the case for me. That's the life that I want to live. That's what makes me the most happiest. So I'm trying to find people now that wants to be in business for themselves. I got to find people that's going to help me write movies, screenplays. I got books that I work on. I got a t-shirt line that I'm trying to produce. I want to invest in real estate. I want to invest in all those things. So I got to find people around me that's like-minded or even more like-minded than I am and smarter than I am to help me create that. Now, I don't need to be around people saying, oh, man, that can't happen. That's never been done. Somebody's done that before, man. That ain't going to happen. We don't have any money, man. They ain't going to give us nothing, man. We'll never get wealthy. I had a brother tell me, man, we'll never get any wealth. I'm like, no, speak for yourself. You'll never have any wealth. Don't speak for me because you don't want to do what it takes to create wealth because it's not, money doesn't discriminate. It's just that we're not willing to do what it takes to get the money. So I'm asking you today, y'all, who are your 5 starting players on your team? Are you going to have a winning team or are you going to have a losing team? And it is critical, man. Who you spend your time with, y'all, is going to determine where you're going to go. So if you want to be wealthy, you want to be happy, you want to have a balanced life, a holistic life, get the people out of your life that's not allowing you to live that life that you want to live. Stop Smelling Someone Else's Shit is mainly to try to inspire people to do what it is that makes them their highest and best self. And you got to have people around you that support that idea, that support your vision, not television, okay? television is something that we watch all the time, something that we dive into, something that we spend most of our time watching. We play PlayStation 2s, 3s, 4s, 6s, 7s, and 10s, but we spend more time on TV and socializing with people that don't put anything into our lives and that invest in us and give us the opportunity to be great. Man, you got a lot of people out here riding their bikes, walking, enjoying a beautiful day, and it just feels good and it feels healthy. And you got to stop watching television because, don't sound corny, you letting television tell you your vision instead of you having a vision on your own. And so we got to monitor even the things that we watch, the people we listen to, the music we listen to, because sometimes if you listen to a sad song, you might get mad if you're a female or a male if we had a bad breakup, and that's going to have you saying forget women or forget men. So y'all, the stuff that we take in, make sure it's healthy around you, not just food. I'm talking about getting out here and breathing in some fresh air, nice beautiful scenery out here at Shelby Farms, man. People are out getting it every day. They're not sitting around stagnant and being negative and all that stuff. I challenge y'all to try to be optimistic and have some positive stuff around you, and it's imperative, y'all. We can do it. I'm gonna keep coming back to these videos. I hope they're helping somebody. Like I said, it's gonna be a constant theme for me to talk about happiness, being your highest best self, doing what it takes, and not letting anybody interfere with that and what that means. I had a phone call today, y'all, from a lady that I knew that I used to work with, okay, at a dealership. She's in her 60s and calling me, asking me, do I know where she can go get a job at? Because she's working somewhere she's miserable at, and she's in her 60s, y'all. And I think that's scary to me, to be in your 60s and not be on point, not be on purpose. Nothing wrong with it, y'all. I'm not criticizing anybody. Please don't judge me. I'm not criticizing. But I'm just trying to challenge us in our way of thinking and about what we do on a regular basis, and are we being our highest best self? And I felt sorry for her because she's in her 60s trying to figure out what she should be doing in life. She doesn't know what her purpose is. Now she's looking for another job. And that's just, to me, I think that's crazy. That's nonsense. And it's almost like it's a sin or something negative for us to want to be in business for ourselves. I think CNN or somebody did a poll last year in 2017. Don't you know it was over 700,000 new millionaires last year? 700,000 new millionaires last year? Why can't we be one of them? Why can't we add? Why can't we be a part of the billionaire group? That's just something I believe in, y'all. I'm crazy enough to think that we got what it takes. I'm willing to risk everything to get us there if we work together. But y'all, check out your starting five. Who is your starting five? If your starting five is not allowing you and investing in you and making you healthy and all that stuff and positive, get away. You got to change that team up. You don't want to be on a team of losers, okay? You win with winners, and winners win. You lose with losers. It's just that fucking simple. Excuse my French, y'all. I don't know if they'll let me say that on YouTube or Facebook. But I challenge you today to start looking at your life and your perspective and how you see things. Your perspective can hold you back. So if the story you've been telling yourself of why you can't be successful or you're not living a life that you want to live, change that story, okay? I used to tell that story about why I couldn't be successful. I grew up in South Memphis, grew up poor, with 12 sisters and brothers, just making every damn excuse I can make, wanting somebody to feel sorry for my butt. Nobody ain't got time to hear all that crap. That's just an excuse, okay, Alfonso? So when I started taking responsibility and start making excuses for why I wasn't successful and changing the narrative, my life started changing. I got happier, stronger mentally, confidence grew and all that stuff. So I'm challenging today, what story are you telling yourself? Who are your starting lineup for the team that you own? I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's family members, friends, co-workers, kids even maybe, you know, spouse. If they're not healthy, man, you got to start making sure you're around healthy, vibrant people that want to see you win, that has your best interest in hand, that sees your vision and all that stuff. And don't you interfere with your own life and your own story by telling yourself a lie and keep repeating the story. So for the past 5 or 10 years, been telling yourself the same story and your life hasn't changed, you need to change that crap up. That story you're telling yourself may be real. My story was real. I grew up poor, 12 sisters and brothers in the shack, so on and so on. But man, that didn't help my life out at all, man. And I had to stop crying and having this pity party with self and start doing something different about it. So I'm hoping these videos can help you out. Please watch it. Please share it with other people. I'm not an expert at this. I'm just telling you about my life and what I've gone through, some of the ups and downs, and me being immature and not being responsible and not being positive and being negative and hanging around negative people and letting other people decide for me what my life is going to be like and not taking control of my own life and my success, my wealth, and my health. and my balance, y'all. Get out today, get some of this sun in, get some of this fresh air, get some water into you, and then start looking at your starting five lineup. If that starting five can help you win a championship, you may want to change that association with those people and become great, because that's why we're here. God put us here not just to survive, y'all. He put us here to create. So let's start creating. That's what we should be doing, creating some each and every day. And let's create some healthy, beautiful moments. And I hope one day that we can get a group of us that's watching this video to seriously sit down and let's talk entrepreneurship, let's talk ideas, let's talk about owning our own businesses, talk about creating stuff, let's talk about having a team of successful people. I got a company that I want to create, and I've been trying to create for years. It's called Broke Inc. And Broke Inc., I'm going on long-winded today, y'all, excuse me. Broke Inc. came up because I got tired of being broke, okay? And like I said, I grew up in South Memphis. We didn't have money, but words are powerful. Words are very powerful. So I asked a good friend of mine, Bob Bateman, this white guy. I love him to this day. Rest in peace, Bob. And I told him about my situation, my story, and I said, Bob, I'm tired of being broke. And he said, Alfonso, man, words have power, but you can change those words and turn it into something positive. So Bob and I sat down together, man. He gave me an acronym for broke, and for Broke Inc. actually. And Broke Inc., we break it down this way: bringing a rare opportunity with knowledgeable expectations. And that's the acronym for broke. So he said, we're going to put the ink on the end, so once we sign it off, that's all putting our signature to it. Well, bringing a rare opportunity with knowledgeable expectation means that that's one thing, few of those things in that acronym is important. Opportunity. Most of us are opportunity deprived. That's why some of us are not successful. So what I want to do with this company is bring opportunities to people that don't usually have opportunities. And then also the company Broke Inc., LLC, it was going to give people knowledge so that they can go out to be successful. And when you give a chance to have opportunity and knowledge behind something, can you imagine your expectations in life will change? So that's what Broke Inc. came about. So I'm trying to get a group of people that we can sit down that want to be a part of Broke Inc. It's something fresh and new that I'm starting. Hadn't worked all the kinks out and the legalities and all that stuff, but I would like to start a club of people that want to participate in Broke Inc. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to try to bring together entrepreneurs, creators, innovators, thinkers, people that have a great imagination and just want to create some things and have a successful life. Y'all, I hope these videos are helpful to you. Please come in on them. Please share. I would like to hear your feedback on them. And y'all, let's hook up and meet up people that are serious and real about, charting their own life and being a captain of their own ship and creating their own destiny and their own path and willing to take some risks. And it's not even a freaking risk when you bet on yourself and you want to invest in yourself and having the best life. Thank y'all so much for your time, and I hope y'all have a wonderful and blessed day today.